I guess our home is a little different than most. We take in animals who need a second chance, we rehabilitate them, and then we give them a job, working with kids to show them that they can get through the tough times too. It's not always easy taking care of all of these creatures, but the bonds that we form and the mission that we are on makes it worth all the work. Welcome to the House of Nubs. So tomorrow is an important day for us. It's actually going to be the checkup of Nubs. It's going to be a 2-year checkup for him. We've had him 2 years now. And you know, we've done medication now 2 or 3 times a day for these past 2 years, and every time we go back it's a little emotional. It's hard to believe how long he's made it. You know, he's got a enlarged heart and he's got scarred lungs, and I don't think people necessarily think every day about all he's been through, but it means a lot to us, so we're always fingers crossed and wings up that we're going to have a good visit. Aren't we, buddy? Yeah. Okay, we're ready to head to the vet today for the big checkup.
Are you nervous?
I am nervous. I guess I am. You know, you just never know with these things, but we're really going to hope for the best. I mean, I never thought he'd last this long, but the longer he stays, the more I'm glad he's here. So, yeah, I'm a little nervous. Okay, here we are. Here we are. And are you ready, Nubs? Speechless, huh? You want to go in and see the doctor? Let's do this. Are you going to x-ray him today?
Well, if you want to. Overall, his mouth looks pretty good. I'm not seeing any excessive mucus, and the top of his mouth looks pretty good. I mean, pretty much that seems to be his MO, you know, if you want to do a mouth smear, that type of thing.
Yeah, I'd rather, especially going into winter. Just getting a little personal, Nubs.
This x-ray looks pretty
red.
Yeah, but it's not as red as before. Okay. So that's, to me, pretty good. Okay. Watch out for that little area right there, just because it's a little bit
pressure. So
yeah, I know.
Do you want me to use the cream for that?
Yeah, you can. That's fine. Heart and lung sounds absolutely fine.
Woohoo!
So, well, externally he looks pretty good.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you want to do the mouth smear and the x-ray, or just the mouth smear for right now?
No, let's do them both.
Both? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Okay, see you in a few, Nubs. Okay, Nubs. Inquiring minds want to know, how was the x-ray? Pretty good? Not pleased. But you got to see Dr. Moy. You love Dr. Moy. You do. Look how pretty you look. You look beautiful.
Okay. So I have Nubs 2 x-rays from today, which is over here, and then the last time we took x-rays were back in July. So as a reference point, air is black, soft tissue kind of has all these various densities, and bone for birds look like this. So overall, the heart looks pretty good in size. This is the lungs over here. Bird lungs, they should kind of have a little bit of honeycomb appearance to it. And because he's small, the detail's not that great, but it is visible over here. And if you can compare it to last time, there's a little bit more increase.
Cloudier. Right?
Not necessarily, because if you look, this area was a little bit more increase in density. Kind of, if you kind of look in certain sections. Okay. This looks more white increased density in comparison.
Oh yeah, yeah. Here. Okay.
So this actually looks a lot better.
Oh, good.
Air sac space is about the same, maybe slightly. It's kind of hard to say per se if it's slightly decreased or not. I will have to say it's possible that his kidney / testicle is maybe slightly enlarged, which is over here.
Wait a minute, does this mean Nubs is a boy? Officially?
Yes.
Woo! blue.
He has the blue sears.
The mystery is solved.
But you can kind of see how this area is a little bit more round compared to here. So
Okay.
that's something that we'll need a monitor for.
Uh-huh.
But overall, bone density.
So could that be like kidney disease? Or?
It could be just we're starting to have, well, kidney disease. We're starting, if we're older, we're starting to see those changes. These guys, they do have a tendency to have kidney tumors.
Okay.
But what you would notice with a tumor, but you also notice with kidney disease if it gets big, but it's with a tumor, it's usually on one side, and you notice one of the legs are going to, they're not able to use it anymore.
So in this case, his genetics, because we still think he's a pretty young bird. I mean, he's got to be only about, what, when we first came here 2 years ago, we're estimating he was like 1 to 2.
Right.
So about 1 year old now, so he should only be about 3. So this is where genetics are
Most likely.
kicking in. Yeah.
So bone density is okay. You can see how on his affected leg, you can see the bone density is a little bit thin, but overall not too bad. Just if you could compare one side to the other.
On the nub side?
How this side, you can't really see the joint and it's thinning over here. But then when you look on the other side, you can actually trace the bone a little bit better.
So that's his good leg versus the nub.
Yep.
Okay.
And this is where he's on his back. Heart actually looks pretty good. Liver silhouette, which we call the cardio liver silhouette. There's a nice hourglass shape. Air sac looks nice and clear. And let me pull up last time.
Would food have any effect on his kidneys? I mean, we still have him on seed because we're worried about him losing weight of going over to pellets.
Not necessarily for the kidneys. We're more worried about the liver because of the fat.
Okay.
And that can settle. But once again, you can compare the heart shape from last time to there, and that's absolutely fine.
Okay. So you think maybe keep him on the same seed diet or try to move him over?
Just try adding it. It's not going to hurt.
Okay.
He's the same weight. Body condition feels absolutely fine.
I still weigh him every day and he's stable.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So what do we do for the kidney?
At this point, I think we're just going to monitor it.
Okay.
Usually what you're going to see is maybe he'll drink a little bit more water, just like with other kidney mammals as well. And then his fecal should be normal, but you might notice an increased ring of water or fluid around there. So that could be increased more of urine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we would redo the x-rays then after a certain...
We'll do it at the 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll send home some antibiotics, have them come back in 2 weeks, check them out, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay?
You're a hero, Dr. Moy.
Well, I can't say that the news was as good as we were hoping for today. But in the House of Nubs, we always have to remind ourselves that it isn't just one moment that counts. What matters is that Nubs has already inspired so many people. I really don't know what our future will hold, but I do know that we will keep fighting, and we're going to keep working to make every moment count.
Good night, Nubs. Here's to another year. Good night, baby. I love you.